Ah, honey, honey, I'm to lose you. Honey, honey, honey. Tonight sit up on the kingdom. Tonight ta 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 kingdom. To me now the kingdom, kingdom. Sing a naughty sound of civilization. Now me so me know the sound of revelation. Give me the sound of sugar. Think of it and I'm gone so I sugar. Yeah. Come and tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me, 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 I hear my voice and I know them and they follow I. Said I'm talking to you, sugar. I no want no baptism. I no want no baptism. I no want no baptism. To know is to know. I know you don't know. Talking about Africa, I can only speak of Ethiopia. What was hidden from the wise and prudent, now revealing to the babe and son. What was hidden from the wise and prudent, now revealing to the babe and son. I no want no baptism. I no want no baptism. Them bless pork and call it Donald. Them bless pork and call it Donald. What was hidden from the wise and prudent, now revealing to the babe and son. What was hidden from the wise and prudent, now revealing to the babe and son. I no want no baptism. 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 spend all my time, oh yeah, creating. But everything I do, I said you do it too. If I play music, you play music too. And if I sing a song, you sing the song too. I said you're doing just like the monkey do. I'm a believer, oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm a believer. No, no, you're not a believer. Yeah, yeah. Give my best in the night. I receive your letters. Where you are racist, I put you through the test. Your dirty game won't bring this light to shame. Just a buffalo, a soldier. Survival is my name. Your racist mentality, keep I down in a poverty. You ambush in the night, oh Lordy, giving I a fight, yeah. But just keep I surfacing, eh? Just keep I surviving. I work so hard, you try backyard, yeah. Give me that green money, you can take the award. Lord, we build a cabin, we plant the corn. Now you backstabbing me, look me with your scorn. Nah, look no sympathy, yeah. When I work here, I enough money. My teardrops is your sorrow, and your midnight a terror, and like a thief in the night. Your judgment swift and right. Hey. The corner, wadada, cause of my black skin tone. But the stone that the builder refused, Lord, shall be the head cornerstone. They say smite the shepherd and scatter the sheep. Foolish dog bark at flying bird. Your fancy talk is a cheap. Lord, we build a cabin, we plant a corn. Now you're backstabbing me, look me with your scorn. Your racist mentality make me feel forget violently. You ambush in the night,
man is a hungry man. Hey, a slave, a driver. Said the table is turning. We are the survivors. You're gonna get a burn. Another bird can making my life so hard. Where with you? You keep on keeping I down. I feel like bomb up a town. I feel like bomb up downtown. Another bird can making my life so hard. Where with you at a bother can? The only owner of the yard. The reggae. The Suki Zagay. Mama say another bother can making my life so hard. Where with you at a bother Ja people don't you beacon a tree. Ja people don't be tricked by a mercenaries. Open your eyes, a message in the healing. Wake up, be wise. Truth is revealing. In harm is no one. To be the prophet. And now you're telling me, say it come from Japhet. Move the devil doctrine, the false Jesus. A king of Solomon, a bloodline in Ethiopia. History no lie, he's the Lion of Judah. Me trod through Jerusalem, put me on the stone in the sepulchre. They couldn't conquer me. Brainwashing hypocrisy. Them educated criminals. Blood-sucking vampire society. And the trumpet is a trumpeting a say. Make a way for the positive a day. Your children don't you beacon a tree. Oh Lordy, your people don't be tricked by a mercenaries. Open your mind, a message in the healing. Wake up, be wise. Truth is revealing. In harm is no one. To be the prophet. And now you're telling me, say him come from Japhet, yes. And move the devil doctrine, the false Jesus. Solomon bloodline, a king of Solomon, a bloodline in Ethiopia. History no lie, he's the Lion of Judah. Me trod to Jerusalem, put me hand on the stone in the sepulchre. Couldn't conquer me. Brainwashing hypocrisy. Them educated criminals. Blood-sucking vampire society. And the trumpet is a trumpeting a say. positive day. The trumpet is a trumpet in a say. I make way for the positive and a positive day. I tell you again, King Solomon, bloodline, message Ethiopia, forever. Message King Solomon, bloodline, message Ethiopia, forever. The trumpet is a trumpet in a sea.
Conscience, no bother with the violence. Oh no, 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 no way. Yeah. Don't want the violence. Oh, oh, oh. Lift up your conscience. No jump Babylon fence. The heads got glue, yeah. Perish you there. Oh, oh, oh. You smoke in the eye shades. No take no bad influence. Stand up children young with full defense now. Oh yeah. Wow 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 yeah. Alright now. Hey. Alright now. Children, what do you do? No carry gun, no bring gun. No spoil up the Israel farm. No drink soup weapon you. You swell your figure swell up when bun you. Swell it, swell you. From your conscience. Wow, yeah. Follow me, no violence. Alright now. cannot conquer. Whoa, you can't run from Jah. Nowhere you go, make your decision. You take aeroplane, you take spacecraft, you take submarine, you even take sleeping pill, but you cannot conquer. Whoa, you can't run from Jah. Nowhere you go, make your decision right now. Whoa. Where you wanna run when Judge already know? Where you wanna run? I wanna know. Where you wanna run when the master talk, y'all? Where you wanna run? You can't run. Where you wanna run when Judge already know? Where you wanna run? You can't run. Run to the sun. Fire burn up there. Run to the moon. Blood a run out, Lord. The rock a tumble down, now. The sea a refuse. So where you wanna run when the right time come now? Where you wanna run? I wanna know. Where you wanna run when the master talk, yo? Where you wanna run? You can't run. Where you wanna run when Judge already know? Where you wanna run? Lightning.
In the city there's no pity, yeah, no. So I man I go down there. Everyone I go down there. We must have to go back there. Black man have to go back in Africa. Chinese man I go back in China. Syrian I go back in Syria. Indian I go back in India. The white man I go back in Europe. Anything they do, we must have to get through. Anything they say, we must have to get through. No matter what the wicked man I say, no matter what the wicked man I do, we must have to get through. If I egg, we in at the red. If I bread, we dip on the head. If I jacket, we get in at the pocket. If I salt, we drop in at the pot. If I pop, we float on the top. Anything they do, we must have to get through. Anything they say, we must have to get through. No matter what the wicked man I say, no matter what the wicked man I do, we must have to get through. Everyone I go back home, Lord, we must have to go back there. No matter what the world might say. We'll have to go back there, yeah, whoa, yeah. When the right time comes, it will be dread for some, but no one can stop the righteous ones. Repatriation is a must. man a go back in a China. Syrian a go back in a Syria. Indian a go back in a India. The white man a go back in a Europe. No matter what the wicked man a say, no matter what the wicked man a do, we must have to get through. Yeah, we must have to get through. No matter where the wicked.
Africa is a black man kingdom. Don't you know it's true? Africa is a black man kingdom. Africa is a black man glory. So I want to go. Yes, I want to go. I want to live in Nigeria. I want to sit up on the king throne in Africa. In Africa. Yes, I'm sure I'm going. I don't know about you, but yes, I'm sure I'm going. Africa. Africa, oh, I want to go. I can vision in my sleep one night that I was away in Africa. Oh, I can vision that I was living there in Nigeria. Africa, I want to go. Africa, I want to see. Oh, that's true. Don't you know that's true? I can vision in my eyes when I look in the sky across the water. Africa, I want to go. Africa, I want to leave. Oh, yeah. Africa is a black man kingdom. Africa is a black man glory. Africa, that's where I want to go. Don't you know it's true? Oh, yeah. I wanna go to Africa. Yes, it's true.
No more worries, worrying and pain. No more crying, shedding tears like rain. For the Master has come back, gathering all his flock. Mother Nature feeds the stock. Never want nor ever lack. So bite up with reasoning. Humble thyself and I'll be near thee. Bite up with reasoning. Humble thyself. children, humiliation was not in vain. Through effort, time, and history have now found eternal gain. For the dark clouds to bring rain, then comes the sun to shine again. So we shall walk and not look back, as living examples, cause we're black. So bite up with reasoning, humble thyself and I'll be near thee. Bite up with reasoning, humble thyself and I'll protect thee. Bite up with reasoning, humble thyself and I'll be near thee. Bite up with reasoning, humble thyself and I'll protect thee. No more worrying in the pain. No more crying, shedding tears like rain.
Warn them, Jah, I beg you, warn them. Teach them, for the please teach them. Because they really don't know the right from the wrong. Oh yes, we all are singing redemption song. We all gotta chant on the Babylon. For we in Zion, the people are African. Yes, it's brothers against brothers and sisters against their home. They are saying,
Yes, greetings and evening to each and everyone out there. Things in time this will come in different this evening, this moment, due to the earth strong called African liberation. Yes, African liberation. I go back to that tune there, cause, you know, a big tune that. Yeah. So I go back to it right now, I go back to it eventually, you know. So we say African liberation. And a lot of people should be saying African liberation. If them but remember in the context of decolonization, which means we allegedly supposed to have got rid of the colonialist conquerors, land grabbers, slave catchers, and so on. But it never happened like that. It never happened like that. That's what was required by Kwame Nkrumah, Jojo Kenyatta, Nyerere, Emperor Selassie I, and several more that was killed in those early days in the process of bringing about the emptying of Africa from European colonial rule. So, them start most of those activities and the big push for independence, and nobody recognized the word sovereignty, because they wouldn't have joined no Commonwealth, and they wouldn't have accepted political structures by the people them who conquer you. Because you have to understand what happened to Africa, you know. The people them come in and the people them put the populations them across the continent into an examination. And that examination was, if you manage things according to our wishes, we will allow you to govern yourself according to our dictates. And you will have the use of the word independence. It's true. They would have the use of the word. That's the word. And Africa, as like the Caribbean and South America, but particularly Africa, attempted to sit this examination. The French, and mainly the British, required such examination. The French took the monetary line that them control the monetary, which is the money, the currency. But Britain says all the institutions must be administered by them, and the constitution by them, and the curriculum by them. So you might as well say, you might as well steer. But many of our African brothers then wasn't as sharp, you know. And those who were sharp were killed very early. And many were exiled. Oh yeah, these are things that people not really talk about, you know. A lot of them people, they're male and female, that especially Britain found and France as a threat to them. Them exile them. Yeah, man. Then grab them up, all them family and all the people them that they have influenced, or the people them that is in agreement and them have the mental capacity, or capability, not capacity, capability, then round them all up and put them out of exile, man. Yeah. So they were not able to influence others or steer the country towards sovereignty and independence. Yeah, man. So Africa suffered tremendously in those days and still do. Africa was never allowed to rediscover itself. And then Africa had a problem trying to structuralize or restructure a constitution that makes the general population understand, overstand exactly what is being projected. And the greater population still up to today doesn't have a clue or even the slightest inclination of these things. So the dividing, ruling, and the theological education begun, and the separation of peoples begun, and the marginalizing of people begun. The class distinction and recognition of peoples begun. A lot of things began in Africa that many of the people them discover a different form of social culture attitudes. And that affected and still affects the continent today, because they weren't allowed to be who they are. So their culture become an artificial social dimensional culture. Why is that? Why is all those words? It actually means that instead of having an educational curriculum that belonged to the African, they had a European social curriculum within society, which is what we call social science and a social engineering. And those dynamics was able to separate the people them as what you call class distinctions. So many people, not many, but in relation to European, many people were selected to attend Catholic and Church of England schooling or to receive such. And many were brought out of Africa to France and England to obtain such training also. So they learn social European or British or French, what they would call courtesies, but tendencies. And these were the ones that were responsible for shaping the society to which they infringe on the culture of different sections of their people. Let's say Nigeria, let's say Ghana, and so forth. So you had a great divide and great disparity among the people, and one set of people were chosen by Britain or France to be what them call the political elite. And that caused a lot of problem, because if I was from a particular tribe, that tribe is going to vote for me. Only because I'm one of theirs. Not because they know what is supposed to be happening, or they know anything pertaining to this political structure. They haven't got a clue. They didn't have a clue, and many of them still don't have a clue. So they only voted or cheered for me because I was from their province or I was from their tribe. And that tribal distinction, Britain is very good at dividing people and influencing to de-influence another set, because what them do, them raise my standard and lower and oppress another. And impose on me a request of me to impose my superiority on others. How this be now? I elect from among my people them forces that have been trained by France or Britain to be the security force and the police. But there were also those who represented me as a politician. So I had my private force out of these two forces, police and the security force, which you call military force as in an army. The worst thing to do is to give people them that never have or had a pistol or gun. The worst thing now is to give them that and tell them that they are police and army personnel. Christ, man. Hell break loose. And Africa has been suffering from this tragedy from that time till this time. Whenever that time was, whenever it started, till this time. And the dignity of ourselves was degraded. And the trust evaporated. That's what happened. Part and parcel of what happened to Africa. So the African, them two, Kwame Nkrumah, Selassie and others, sought for African liberation. And this is a beautiful word. If only it could have been applied and implemented and results, and it bear fruit. It hasn't. Because the European colonial rule and influences has been cemented in the foundations of African politics and African sociology, psychology, and educational institutions. And it's gone within the fragment of African worship, because all the training that they receive, Africans, is European training, European schooling, theological education, and theological curriculum. There's no one on this earth that can dispute that. And that's why Boko Haram is there in Nigeria. And the people them who oppose Boko Haram, and it could be also some of the people that's with them, had been doing some despicable, nasty things. But until they come forward and testify of their actions or repute things that are being said in the name of them, we don't know. But in relation to the title, they want it means that we should be free to have our own education, and our language, our languages should be first and foremost, and our culture should be very, 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 very instrumental on the land called Africa. That's what Boko means, and that's what Boko and them young men required of the government with Jonathan Goodluck. They were farmed before him, but they came out during his reign. And they were able to speak, but then they were denied. And then hostility took place. And now we're in a shambles because we don't know if all these assaults and these atrocious things that are happening, is it members of Boko Haram, or Boko Haram are people them who are imposters? We don't know. And I would pray that it's not them. Because then no one knows who to trust, because liberation is a good name, good word, but nothing has come out of it. African freedom, nothing have come out of it. And the African Union, somehow the Europeans find a way of saying that they would financially back, support, and they sit in chambers along with the African leaderships. I don't see no African leadership in the European Union or in NATO or in Brussels overseeing or vetting. I don't see that. So Africa is still treated like kindergarten peoples, and yet still the world is saying that there's only anti-Semitism or Semitics, and there's no racism, when all of them are racist. It's tragic to call them supremacists, but they see themselves as superior to others. And they actually see Africa as inferior, and they can do anything they wish with Africa, the land, and the peoples. When African people speak, European children and European adults says, you're speaking from a long time past. But most of the people to which I hear, some of them I hear, doesn't have the sensibility to say, if that be the case, which it is, why are you still there? Why are you still insisting on interfering with our lives? If I'm speaking of the past, my past is your present. My present is your past. You haven't relinquished yourself from intervening in my life. You make yourself a God on this earth, dictating to African peoples. That's what you have done. Now that's where they're superior. That's where they're superior. And that's where they're racist. Because they do these things because they did it before. And they set up the structures that they would not relinquish their connection. And we've continued. And we've joined all their clubs. The League of Nations to the United Nations. And the United Nations have 4 generals. White supremacy. Then them have them G5, G6, G7 supremacy again. And Africa cannot do anything, even attend the toilet by themselves. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I know that our grandparents, they don't rest nicely. You know, they're not in the grave anymore. But they never left this earth as free peoples. Their soul returned to God Almighty. And that's the only free that they've been able to experience. And they've experienced that in death, not in life. But this day, a lot of people just celebrate. When I was at school, I went to an African liberation event. And with reading what it was all about, I left early. Not because the event was no good, not because people there were doing bad things, but because there was no need to celebrate. Because I could understand and realize that we haven't accomplished anything yet. So why were people gathering to celebrate? They commemorated a need. But no African nation or peoples receive freedom of its peoples and independence and sovereignty of their population. It hasn't happened, didn't happen, and it hasn't happened. So, what was it to celebrate? If people were making mention of the peoples that were killed and the people that were exiled and in prisons during the exile, then today will be stronger from yesterday. Because those transitions of generations, people would have been reflecting, obviously remembering, and saying, no, we need our freedom. We need our humanitarian justices. We need our equality. But no, we didn't get that. We didn't get that. And we still haven't got that. So the world has transitioned, the European men them and women have transitioned over generations. And that transition is to show the next generation from that one how strong and resilient they are as a people. So that generation comes and treat Africa the same way because it's been handed down, it's passed down. We, on the other side, ain't trying to free ourselves from them. We're just getting along. And that getting along is no use. It's no use. One credit we have to give to the European peoples. Them transition. Them pass the baton. They teach the young ones that's coming up how to maintain their structure. Now, in doing that, they must have to tell them that you must not let these Africans out of the box. So who is racist? They must have to tell them that. They ensure that they continue what was done before. No slacking up. If anything, tighten up. And you look at France. How does France treat Africans? Look at England. Them smile and squeeze the living daylights out of the Africans. Yes. So there's so much things to be done, and not a lot of time in our lives to accomplish any. Because how long is time? What is time? A lesson learned time after time. And if one cannot learn the lesson and apply what one has learned, nothing happens. Man misuse time. And the white colonial oppressors, that's one thing they understand. How to oppress, how to control, how to dictate. Yes, and how to transition. The way in which they apply it in politics and in dictatorship, and they were able to do just that in the football that they really want to win the World Cup again, it'd be very difficult to beat them, you know. But them love controlling people. Them love. Them have the art of dictatorship. Them have the art of dictatorship. So you have to examine them carefully. Them learnt so much from Rome. And them just take that from Rome, something from Rome, along with the way they are, and just rev themselves up and then become the Rolls Royce of this earth. Why Mr. Rolls Royce? Because that's the only vehicle them have. Forget Cortina and Volkswagen, man. Seriously. And they made it work. And it still does. And it's the most sought after ugly vehicle in this world. Yes, the most sought after ugly vehicle in this world. Because you see, one time when you look upon it now, you say, yeah. But then you get to see other models, other vehicles, and you think, say, wait a minute. That thing ugly? But you have to, it drives gracefully, you know, it just moves, you know, gracefully. So it is one vehicle that everybody in the world adores it. The African, them love it. What it? Them fools, gee whiz. Them so full. Them love it, man. Them love it. Anyhow, that's just the romantification of the British Rolls Royce and the reason why Mr. Rolls Royce. Yeah, England, you know. Terrible people. Control all people about the earth. You understand? Controlling. So, I forgot from Africa liberation to the dictatorship and the warmongering that take place in Palestine. The Palestinian people, Black Chat, I put things up there. The people them are victims of oppression and apartheid. So I put it up there to make people them see that which happened to us in South Africa and across Zimbabwe and Rhodesia. It's the same peoples them. And the world continues to show a blind eye. But what I want to talk about is still, you see that man we call Nero? Nero talk about false news and controlling media. And there may be people who didn't like him and just say that he was wrong in anything he say. A lie. The man was right in many things him say. It's just that people them took the words them and analyzed exactly what I say. My mother always tell me it's better you know a person who tell you say them not like you than a person who not like you and pretend them like you. So the one that you trust is the one who tell you straight up them not like you. And that's the one that would help you. But the one that pretend to them like you, or show you, or trying to show you that them like you, is something they want from you. And then will screw you over again and again. And the one that you deem not to like you will blame them for things that you perceive happening to you, and you say somebody will do it to you. But the one that not like you is the one you can see. Is it? Check it. The one that not like you is the one that you can see. Yes, you work it out for yourself. Anyway, these people have been occupying the people them land. And these people have been boxing the people them in, squeezing them in like the British man did to the peoples them in America. And squeezed them. And their civilization, they've been destroying from the time they reached there. And from the 90s, these people continue to flatten the Palestinian them quarters, destroy their homes, destroy their livelihood, destroy their infrastructure. It's been going on forever. And the world, which world? The white world, which is the same set of people. Lip service that they say, they keep saying, I'm throwing rocks, I'm throwing rocks. And these other people, they have a right to defend themselves. The question is, why am I throwing rocks? I'm throwing rocks because someone is shooting bombs at me. I'm throwing rocks because someone is beating me up. I'm throwing rocks because someone is bulldozing down my mother's house. I'm throwing rocks because someone is arrested and imprisoned my father. So it's only rocks I can do. Am I creating any damage with these rocks? It's your humanitarian justices and human rights and your Greenpeace and all these things that you have. Is anybody listening to them? Is your United Nations paying attention? You represent just yourselves. you all are some serious evil hypocrites. And then when you speak some profound words that even the dead will hear you. Because you're good at it. You all don't speak truth. And you're seeing the same thing that all of us are seeing. No, how is it then that George Floyd, black people of that moment and day and time and seconds were able to get some form of justice because that which you have done, others saw for the first time, just like a movie. They saw it. And even then and now, you want to find a way to wiggle out. And the world heard you all. Oh, he was a drug addict. Hey, no one was dealing with the fact that some vile action was committed on a human being and that human being was suffocated and that human being pleaded for help and aid and wasn't given it. The other human being that was applying the force could have felt that man's body and the oxygen expiring from that body, and could have felt and did feel the muscles collapse, all energy collapse in that body. Could have felt it. He was on top of it. He was applying his body weight on that person's body, along with two others that could have felt that did felt that. But the world saw. And that's the only reason that a court case and some form of justice to this point was awarded. And I keep trying to tell principal, this is what happened. You know how much years black people are being hanged, tortured in America? Years. And nothing happened. So this one here got out like Hollywood through some children that weren't afraid. Please understand, if those children were like some of us black people that are so afraid to die, afraid to do the right thing, afraid to stand up for truth, afraid to seek justice. That's what we are. We're people, afraid people. But those two young people, they weren't afraid. And they had no reason to be afraid. But the only reason they could be afraid would be afraid of the police officers that were allegedly carrying out their duties. Allegedly. Could you imagine that they took the photos and then they had to do something with it? So they have every right to be afraid. So that means we also need to look at their families and thank their family for also not being afraid. because the repercussions, it's America we're talking about. The repercussions. And their families evidently supported their children and justice. If not, that video, the video would never be seen in its entirety. It would never be seen anyway. So we need to think carefully. If not for the videos of those children, that thing that the police them had did not indicate, did not show nothing. It showed this man going across the road and sitting down. And then it showed the man who grabbed the man when him come, and then the whole thing escalated. But when he wasn't there was nothing happening. The man just, them take him from one side of the road to the other side of the road and make him sit down, and the man start interviewing, and the one police interviewing people that was supposed to be in the vehicle that George was in before, and everything was good. And the same man moved George from this back over to the vehicle, and then that man come. And that's all the police camera them showed. My point is, why are we so afraid? So that disturbance, that bullying that's been going on in Palestine from 2002. Before that, but you know, this thing with the jets, them coming in and dropping bombs and blowing up property and everything, right? Them start use that in them years there. Because them have so much military arms, them just feel say, them just can't sit down there and have all these things. Them have to give them people them an opportunity to fly the damn thing and to see if them can pinpoint some of the artillery that them have. Just like the thing them says a screen that any little fireworks that comes out of Gaza, when it go up there, their shield would prohibit it from going out of Gaza. And for world defensive, people who want defensive shield, them use that as an advertising mood, right? Because countries them gotta sit at their work and say, right, they're going to invest in that technology. So them use that as an advert and everything. At the same time destroying the people them. Now here comes Mr. Big Satan America. Them say, all right, we're going to rebuild. Now work this out, people. You're going to put up 80 million or whatever, $100 million to help rebuild the infrastructure that was destroyed by these people. You never give the people them the money before. You never give the people them any money before, any humanitarian money before, to expand themselves and to have more hospitals and more school, because everything was destroyed every 2 years, every year. So this gesture that you're coming up with, what's this gesture? And this is what people don't look at, especially Africans. They don't look at these things. These people come about your country, destroy your place, take up all your minerals and everything, your resources, and then them put on their television how they come in and give you clean water, and how them come and vaccinate you from this, that, and the other, and then your women them become infertile, and your man them become, right, and so forth, and people are die everywhere, and you're used for experiment. But the citizens of the countries, them feel say, yo, you know what? We're always supporting you. Now, who the hell can blame them when their television and everything shows that? They've been doing it in Haiti. They show that. And then what? Big pedophile ring being capturers ring, taking all the young people them somewhere and all kind of vile activity, the French and the Americans. So where's the humanitarian? Where's the human rights? Where's all of these high ethical standards that your democracy advocates or speaks about? You're ill-treating the Palestinian people. And you're making a people sit down on your TV and talk and say that the Palestinian people is the ones them that attacks you. You're lying. You're lying. You're constantly lying. And when you finish and see that you might not be getting any sympathy, then you start put females up. But you're singing the same song. It's Islamic Jihad, it's Hezbollah, it's Iran, and it goes on and on and on. Same thing we used to hear in South Africa. Why is the South Africans are getting beat up and killed? Why is the white police them in South Africa firing their guns on black people? And then them start use black people in them police or whatever it was them call them and ask them to shoot. And the fools them shoot them own people. Instead of dropping the gun and say, no, me not shoot nobody. I put that up there on Black Chat. Sharpeville massacre that was, enough black man participated in that against him brother and sister, mother, uncle, cousin, nephew, and niece. Because they were told to do it. And they obeyed Guana. They obeyed. Now that man said his intention was to exterminate Hezbollah. So he's trying to now tell your people them across the world the reason him do or sanction what happened is because Hezbollah is the problem in the Middle East and he want to exterminate them. Now listen to his words. And you are seeing the movie of the great movie makers in Hollywood, which are their families. And they want to tell you about Auschwitz. How could a son of the son or grandson of one of the people them have so much wickedness in his mouth? Work it out. How could a survivor that's a son of a survivor have so much wickedness in his mouth? Sharon was the same, but he died. They insist he wasn't going to the International Criminal Court. And he never left that vicinity. And he died. And all the evils that he's committed hasn't come out. But here in England, people who allegedly done something 50 years ago, 60 years ago, whether it's the Jack the Whipper or whoever, the something come out. Yesterday, last week, them bring out Lady Diana and the boy Bashir interview. And everybody want to clone it now to say that the man extort the interview. How the hell is that possible? They don't want to say that the man trickifies something with some bank statements. Now, I understand what is being said, and that's a different issue, because that had nothing to do with Princess Diana speaking to him. That happened to do with her brother. The things they're not synonymous. And you all should just get on your knees and apologize to the Spencer family for all the wrongs that were done to them. But no, when I got scapegoat the thing and put this man in a problem as a fall guy. Why am I mixing all the thing up? Because y'all are evil. And Britain, who's the architect of supporting apartheid, is doing the same. And this Prime Minister here, we have Boris, him a going like him not see nothing. Now him a go say about him a go get married. The man not say nothing about Palestine. And him home officer and everybody. Not say nothing. Terrible. So here what's gonna happen now. What the real plan is. The real plan is that America and England them said to this man here, go ahead and do what I do, because him give them his strategy. And we are going to support you to be the only democracy in the precinct, in the area of the Middle East. And you're going to govern the Palestinian. Them going to have to come under your jurisdiction. And we will help draft the Constitution for a one state, which you are going to be the state. And them have to fall in line, whether them like it or not. And that is the thing. That is the plan. That plan they orchestrated by Nero, Trump, for him son-in-law. That's the plan. And all them Saudi Arabians, them sell out the Palestinian brothers and sisters, mother and father and children. That's the plan. That's why Bahrain and United Arab Emirates, all of them sign up to acknowledge Benjamin Netanyahu, how him named there, and his people them. And set up embassy here and there. Because Trump have all of them Saudi Arabian boy there. All of them in his pocket. So, we know the Muslim. We have to look at ourselves. Is it halal we work with? Or halal and haram at the same time? Because we need to pray and stretch over and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for help. But if we are wrong, if we're not 90% halal, we're not going to get the help. And all of us who are sincere readers of the Kitab Allah, we know that. Now is the time for us to assess ourselves. Because our Palestinian brothers and sisters, mother and father, grandfathers and everybody, they're going to need help. And Al-Aqsa Mosque will be gone. So we have to really look into ourselves. And then we have to understand that We have let tyrants take care and become the custodians of Mecca. In the lifetime of our prophet, Abu Sufyan was not the custodian of Mecca. He was before the Muslims became victorious. All the prophet said was that no one in Abu Sufyan's house or anywhere in Mecca must be harmed, and none of their properties. He never said that Abu Sufyan should continue as custodian of Mecca. So all of you people them who are chat with a foolishness, chat it to your peril. Because you're going like you're a scholar. And you forget, say we are going to die. So be your scholar of today, representing Kafirs, and the little English speaking boy like me, come tell you, say, and I'm wrong. I don't care which school you come from. You're wrong. You were wrong and you're wrong again. The only way you can be right is do right. And halal and haram is not equal. It's not equal. So the British remove the Turkish, the Ottomans, and put Al Saud family in place. The British trick the Turkish, better put it right, and then put the Al Saud family in position. And it's been like that ever since. But yet still you scholars and hot gossipers, you see Iran as infidels. Is Iran controlling anything but themselves and them country? That's what Iran is about. Themselves and them people. The Saudis are the ones who are in control and the custodians of Mecca and Medina and Al-Hajj. You understand? So who's clean here? Shia? Is that what you're saying? Or Sunni? Oh, Shia are Saudis. So we have a duty now. We have to show ourselves our loyalty to the Prophet and his family. Aha! See? Try run and hide. You damn fools. Yeah, run now. You can hide? Huh? Where hide from? You run to Britain and you run to America and you pretend say that you run to Bukhari. Stop it, man. Huh? Seriously. Y'all hurry come up. Hurry come up. And you're not looking back at Abyssinia when the people then put Selassie in a position and see what happened. The aftermath of that action. All those things was orchestrated by this country here. I tell you, people, England is an educational institution, you know, England. So why are you here? And the opportunity is still available. Make use of it. Make use of it. Whether you like it or not, just take some time out and make use of it. make use of it. May I tell you. All right. Enough said on that. It hurts me. I've been crying, and it continues to hurt me as if it was my mother and my father, because those people, they're wicked. So anybody who say it not hurt them, just sit down, lie down, have all your caviar, whatever you have, man, and feel luxurious, and just ask yourself, is somebody that's come in your yard now and kick your bloodbath out, and take what they want to take from you, and take your wife, God damn it, and your children, and left you, God damn right this, sir. And if you put up a resistance, them just take off your head. Tell me how you feel. What you gonna do? Who you gonna call? How you gonna flex? Talk big and boastful. Can't do nothing. Can't hurt an ant. You understand? Because you have no defense, no sense of defense. See? It's all right to be presumptuous and ignore certain things. But you have to also look and say, well, boy, if that's something that they come in my lane, yo, how am I going to represent my family? What am I going to do? And that me keep advocating to people. Stop talking like you're tough and rough and you're stronger than a lion and you're small like a puss. You can't orchestrate one plan to get two peoples to understand what you say, for even join and say, yo, me there. We're on our own. We're not enough support. We're enough support. And a God we have to turn to. And if we're not doing good by God, that means say we ain't got nothing. So that's why I say, is it halal and haram a mix? Yes. Because you see, when people need God, people try to start doing things 100. Before, them do what they want to do until something pitch. And them say, yo, trouble there. I'm stuck now. Can't get out. Can't see no way out. And the only way them can see out now is obeying God 100. Yes. They want to give 100% to the acknowledgement of the Almighty. Because man not help man. And man can't find good man to help them when them always first seeking other people, but now they want people to come help them. How that going to be possible? Do good, and good will attain you. Similarly, think good, and the angels would bless and protect our front, our back, our sides, and our top, our angels. If you don't believe in them, it's not my fault. If you don't trust in them, it's not my fault. If you don't have no surety of them, it's not my fault. If you think spirituality is la ilaha illallah, and so forth, not my fault. But you need to know how to call. You need to know how to use names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Take some time out. You don't see me just take time out. You see all the rhythms that me play earlier? If you can listen to them and see what I told a story there. I told a serious story in a them selection that me play. I saw me stay. You understand? So you have to ask yourself, how him get like that? Yeah? How him get like that? I saw me grow. You understand? I saw me grow. So I know me have a legacy that me can leave And I'm proud of myself, and I could have done better if I knew. You understand? So African Liberation Day is today, but there was nothing to be liberated at all. The dignity of the African them, we still a search for it. The freedom of the African them, we still a search for it. Some places them have 1 day and 2 day events. I don't know why. And it'd be interesting to hear what is being said. You understand? What is being said. Seriously, be interesting to find out, you know, what is being said in relation to African Liberation Day, may I tell you. So we need to and another thing too, you know, you see Gandhi now. Gandhi was in South Africa when the Boers and the English was doing their thing, and them learn, and the Indian them learn, just like them people, them European people them learn from Martin Luther King and his movement for civil rights. Gandhi them learn from the African, the AU, and all the Water Zulus and everybody. Huh? And then them left and went back to India. And him changed him clothes. Kept his glasses. He changed the brand, but changed him clothes. No more suit and tie and shoe. Him gone back. And great things that him learned from the Africans, he applied in him country and helped liberated them. Yes. When I can analyze that and see if I wrong me a chat. Them same European people, them, Kennedy and others, got them very associated and affiliated with Martin Luther King movement till they became advisors. And the human rights that Malcolm wanted for African Americans, those people got. And they got several states in America. And them developed their own community infrastructures within those states. Yes, institutions, hospitals, everything. And that's why Zinnemann could have behaved the way he behaved, because the young man walked through the area. And them know say that no black people them live there and have no reason to come through for them area. So the man them say, well, since he's a teenager like that, he's probably up to some thieving or something. Man come out and show that no black person have no right walking through here. And shot and kill the boy. And them had the audacity to say that they were representing their property, they didn't feel safe and everything. Same thing I said about the Palestinians. Same thing was said in South Africa. And then you have a bundle of black people that tell us about, oh, South Africa this and South Africa that. No, star. The white man controls South Africa. The black man a play around with politics. Him not up there. and play around with social politics. He's not up there. Nobody not take him serious outside of that precinct. Period. The boys then run the place. Boys then control the economics of the place. 75% of the land is owned by the Boers. 75% who controlling the agriculture of South Africa, the Boers. Who controlling the housing stock, the Boers. Who controlling industry in South Africa, the Boers. Who controlling commerce in South Africa, the Boers. What the black people not control? Just running about dressing up like a British and a French and an Italian. And not doing nothing. And them always having infighting. This one did this because some white person say that Zuma is that and this body is that and so. And they don't have no more young, affluent persons them to that the British and others will sanctify to run for leadership. So that they're soon done. You understand? That they're soon done. And then you see that the president become white again. You think I joke me joking? It's not joke me joking. I give some facts. Because some of your people them sleeping so long. Sleeping long. Maybe I like rugby. And maybe I like cricket too. You understand? Because if you like rugby, I say, yo, you see the South African them, oh, Nelson Mandela felt good. No, foolishness. And then if you cricket, you say, yo, the South African can play. But the Australians can play too. You understand? Why we still playing? Same way, why we still running? I don't understand where we're going, man. Black people, African people, we're so foolish. And you say liberation, you know. Right? So even if there was 30 million people, them say them celebrate liberation, the other 100 and somebody 0.5 billion, them not understand nothing about no liberation. And the Chinese come the other day and everybody said, nah, go away. And I said, yo, you know what? The devil that we don't know already never do nothing for you know. And him still a dictate. This one here come now, we can orchestrate plans. You understand? We have to use the brain with him. Because at least him can help we develop ourselves in the 21st century. Huh? But it's how we negotiate with him. So invite me, right, so I can give you the history of Margaret Thatcher with the Chinese, the conservative. And they will use their same policy and everything and get the Chinese them to come and partner certain things and help reestablish certain things and everything. And don't give them no lease. You understand? No 90 or 100-year lease to any quarters. We work with some resources and so forth. Yeah. I want some railway, we want some technology and we want some vans, you know, want some planes, yeah. Want some training for our young people, them, yeah. And that's a valuable exchange. The British not get that, the French not get that. Then just come and rape the soil and mash up the people, them, and make some guy them feel say that them broad. And them take the same gun from the Frenchman and the British man and kill them one another, which is me. So what kind of sensibility is that? A foolishness. Nothing learned. Nothing learned. You understand? So I would love to know what it is that they are telling the young people, the teenagers. Then you go back to Jamaica now and problems like fire, right? And people that say young people, are you young people that not do nothing? A big hardback man them. And then a young boy them. Everywhere they say something listen to today, them talk about this and that need to go for the youth. It's not the youth. Are the hardback rotted man them. Which youth? And then a young boy them running about 70-year-old boy run about with a gun. And some hardback ras man them. I do the evil about the place. and some hardback, stupid ass woman them, and some young woman them that not have nothing for do but talk about them underneath and want believe say that them is something and them push themselves up with them hardback man there. Seem that girls them want like to be where evil are going and badness are talk and everything. It's not the youth. It's not the youth. Talk this thing about the young people. No. A hardback rotted man them. That I do all the evil them. When I misrepresent the young people to rot it. I don't understand how people target things like that. The preacher and everybody are kidnap girls them, sex them and kill them. Man them have the more sophisticated gun. You need to find out how that is. All the people them that supposed to be gunmen have better gun than police and soldier. That means that there's a problem with your security forces and your exchange marketing. So what? Your friend is America. Your neighbor is America. So who the hell, where them I get them gun from? You're going to blame Russia now, right? And when you stop blaming Russia, you're going to blame China. So even if it's them two, how the hell them get in there? Oh. And then the decadence that is on the airwave, is that young people? That's adults. That's adults. I play stupid foolishness. And the people them that never want to hear reggae music, now it's the people them that play reggae music enough for them country in Europe. And the nastiness that you call dancehall music, which is a mixture of some American something and everything, is creating havoc. And you're going like, see, you don't understand that music have an impact on people. It calms people's soul, it interferes with your emotion, and it has a lot to do with their psychology. Everything does. Where you think people use marketing tool for? Advertisement. Why? You got to turn around and say, nah, I don't see those photos. You're lying. Out the backside, you go buy Clark booty and this clothes. It was advertised. And it catch your eye and you like it. You like it. And if I'm a trendsetter, all I have to do is try to be the first one with the thing. I wanted the first one with the thing and go couple top movements, you know? And people them just follow my lead. I saw it go, man. So why are we such imbeciles? And yet still the covert, the pandemic thing did it. And the governor generals, them did it. And all kind of people are come take up the land. And now they want to control the agricultural belt of the place. Come on, man. And at the same time, you have herb being legalized in America and all these places. And our big man them in England and everywhere are control. Theresa, me husband, and a big man in the herb. Medical and oil and all kind of thing. And we're taught billions. So 1, 2 Rasta you can't be a billionaire. I tell you, man, hey, the kind of thing, hey, sure. And then you have all these radio station boy, them a chat a lot, all kind of foolishness. You understand? Always a mind other people business about some other goddamn thing, and right next door to himself. And saying concentrate on that. Yeah? You understand? Keep validating foolishness. And I'll sit back and look at what Edward Seaga did to the island. You see? We're too quick for cheering something, and I sit back, analyze, reflect, and find out and look at the course and the direction and what was deployed and what come out of that. So you can just disregard that and take that and so forth. And that's how we develop. But who I tell you that? A layman this, you know, with sense, So Palestine and African liberation, I tell you, man, things hurt we. And let's pray God say that Palestinian families them get justice. Cause you see the man, the America, him not care nothing about no black, nothing, because guess what now? You have the amendment for the Constitution for human rights and knock out racism and give the black man them the value. Him not do nothing about that. Him not do nothing about that. You see how quick him did. Him never do nothing quick with the Palestinians something. Cause him know say that him hear from the man and him know what the man agenda was. So him just let the man do what him do. And then make out that something go on. Okay. So that happened. But George Floyd today or tomorrow would be a year. You understand? The year of this thing, and the case not done. But what is he said? Them say them make a George Floyd policy. No, the whole thing supposed to be that you make amendment to the Constitution and get African American them human rights and value within the Constitution. So you can, which would help alleviate racism. But now they don't do that. And them take this half-breed woman to say that she put pen to paper and write up the sum. The same thing is happening in England. Because since George Floyd, look how much so-called black programs come up. Look how much black programs come about the place. And then you walk out the street and all the bus stop, them have some black figure upon it. And adverts, them have some black something upon it. And now you have is it tomorrow? The woman that them cut her head off now, and them have a black woman that play her. Right? You understand? All these things. And that's supposed to smooth the black man. And nobody's talking about the racism in the football and the fact that the FA deny the black players them feelings. They're getting abused and they're telling them cannot walk off. Huh? They cannot walk off. And then nobody in a review kick it out. What is kick it out? It not do nothing. So now somebody go down the road and shout out, yo, them Zionists, and the people them say, yo, I was hurt by that. It took me back to Auschwitz and everything. Next thing you know, them call police, and you know what? Police go look upon them CCTV and everything, and them find description there, and them, hey, and I go get the people them and arrest the people them and charge them, you know, for create a nuisance, for foul language, threatening behavior, causing a fray, and anti-Semitic. A whole heap of charges that, you know. Right? So when we are being racially abused, black people, we not cry. We have to teach ourselves that when that happens, we need to cry. And the footballer, then when you get abused, you need to sit down. The man say you can't walk off, sit down on the pitch. Don't move. I must be repeating this on the station more and more. Every show I come on with, you know, until other man them start say it, right? When them call you any kind of derogatory name and anything, right? Them say you shouldn't walk off, sit down. You understand? You're not kick no more. Sit right down, man. When your manager of the club comes, say, watch out, them abuse me. Sit down. Don't take the knee, just sit down. You understand? Make him know, say, I'm a human being. I have rights, I have values, I have an emotion, I have feelings. Because if other people them can have them, how come we can't have it? You know why? Then don't tell you. Huh? Don't tell you. God got you as a cursed subject. You understand? That's one. And the other one is that Darwin said that we're savages. So work it out, figure it out. It's only me as a son, Read it for yourself. Read Darwin and then also read the Bible. And you see, Hagar, concubine. Ishmael, a bastard. Right? You understand? Plus Ham, Shem, and Japheth, I'm cursed. There you go.
Hold up your roots, hold up your roots, hold up your roots, hold up your roots, man. Oh yeah, roots man, we are true born African. Just say, roots man, we are chant on Babylon. Oh, roots man, we are true born Rastaman. I say, roots man, we are go chant on the Vatican. Oh, living in the city ain't right. That's why they try to mistreat us day and night. Ooh, living in the city ain't right. Oh, that's why they try to steal I and I birthright. I say, roots man, we are true born African. Oh, roots man, we are go chant down Babylon. Just say, roots man, we are true born Rastaman. Oh, roots man, we are go chant down the Vatican. I say, living in the city with too much corruption. That's why I and I have to track to the hills. Whoa, living in the city, it's abomination. Yeah, yeah. That's why I and I stick no peace. Just say, roots man, we are true born African. Hey, roots man, we are chant down Babylon. Whoa, roots man, we are true born Rastaman. Just say, roots man, we are go chant down the Vatican. Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa. Hey, hold up your roots, hold up your roots, hold up your roots, roots man, hold up your roots, roots man, we are true born Rastaman. Just say, roots man, we are go chant down Babylon. Oh, oh, roots man, we are true born Rastaman. Just say, roots man, we are go chant down the Vatican. Hey, hey, living in the city ain't right.
You see, Michael just said Vatican, eh? And some weeks ago, or a month ago, the Pope went into Iraq. See? What's the symbolism, you know? Watch these people. And him now open up his mouth and say to him, if they were brothers, you know, because they want to be Bunny Israel, yeah? If they were his brothers, he would have been talking to them. But they don't have nothing in common.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Here I am, believing to my brothers and my sisters for a better life. Oh, hey, there's no cause
Zaripi Magadag will turn around that Nigeria. Zaripi coconut, them brown on the outside and act white within, but just don't understand why within, but just don't understand. Hey. Time for us to live together in a peace and harmony. Yeah. Youth today is our future, people really can't you see? Yeah. Time is closing in. Every day another youth unseen. By shooting and killing, by looting and robbing, it's all. Yeah, my Robin is all, I just Hey, hey, Shiba dooby doo doo doo. Oh yes, way. The government destroys the world with their brainwash education. The government steal from the poor, and that's why we are begging out for more. The government release the chains, and still them I use them brains. The government, they're no good. Here I am, I'm pleading to my brothers and my sisters for a better life. And there's no cost for us to live together every day. Oh, Jibada say Sorry, Magadan, who turn around and bite you. Sorry, big coconuts, them brown back.
Yeah, Central Line, you know. Go into your place, them man, and buy this tune now. Cause that tune is supposed to be, that rhythm is supposed to be #1. You understand? Central Line, man called Richie Davis. You understand? Mr. Richie Davis. And Mafia and Floxy, English, right here. You understand? We are deal with the something. So, Central Line, you know. Just order the thing, man. If you never have it already, order it. You understand? Push it up there, so. Yes, I tell you. Rhythm.
Said I really want to know how the system get a blow. If he couldn't put it right, too much hypocrite and parasite. Say we're living on a razor edge. Some of us will fall off the ledge, but they don't care. They've done it before. Time after time, they don't care whose clothes they wear. Time after time, time after time, they put everything on hold so that they can be in control.
Hey, yeah, them lyrics there. And it's England with there, you know. So you see that them people out their yard now that are influenced by the shit smell and lust that them have from America. You can see who's influencing who now, innit? You think so we don't have video machine and film cameras and everything about here? Don't be stupid, man. We have all them something there. high level, high standard, but we refuse to take our children, our girl children, them clothes off. We refuse to put gun up in somebody, between somebody's leg and chat rubbish. You understand? We refuse. See? So we see that now, you know, because you see tomorrow some vulgarity can pop up from somewhere, you know. But trust me, not for none of them rhythm there. You see it? So, one must look carefully, you know, because the pendulum must swing. Right? And we give thanks and praise that we did it in Her Majesty's country at this moment. And we're still alive. Okay. So we'll find 2 tunes and we're gone. Then we're Central Line. There's 4 pieces of that, man. You understand? Central Line. So we're going to find a couple more tunes and we're gone. Yeah, man, we are going to come back. We are going to come back. I tell you, in a Palestine, we are going to come back. We are going to rise up. And some of us still Zulus, you know, and a hero in Africa. We are going to come back. We're not dead out and gone yet. We still will be there. Yeah, man. The spirit will still linger on, but the physical attributes will be there. Inshallah.
It seems so strange to me. Police brutality. Tear gas and rubber bullets in the street. Yeah. It seems so strange to me.
Are you listening?
It seems so strange to me. Police brutality. Tear gas and rubber bullets in the street. Yeah.
Sing!
It seems so strange to me. Police brutality.
Young you called Kailash. Listen.
Marching with aggression, power, authority. Intentions are in question under public scrutiny. Dehumanizing tactics to gain the upper hand.
So we will stay with you, season times.
It's time to take
And we are draw with. You see,
It seems so strange to me.
African Liberation, 25th birthday.
Tear gas and rubber bullets in the street.
On Thursday, me I celebrate before the earth strong.
It seems so strange to me.
Yeah.
Police brutality. Tear gas and rubber bullets in the street. How many have to die
Teach,
unnecessarily?
tell them, warn
Those
them.
want to protect and serve their own community. Dehumanizing tactics
Shit.
to gain the upper hand.
Ouch.
The situation's hectic. It's time to take a stand.
Teach them.
It seems so strange to me.
Why?
Police brutality.
Oh,
Tear gas and rubber bullets in the street. Yeah. It seems so strange to me. Police brutality. Tear gas and rubber bullets in the street. Marching with aggression. Power, authority.
stand predominant.
Intentions are in question under public scrutiny. Dehumanizing tactics to gain the upper hand. The situation's hectic. It's time to take a stand.
Yeah, Muslim. Where's your reprisal? And where you stimulate the people them with and the young teenagers them across the world? See, you not put nothing out there. See? You not put nothing out there. And you not put nothing on your television program. Nothing. See? So what you must do now is call Sally. See? And I will orchestrate something to be done, something to be said. You understand? So we can energize, you understand, the young people, their minds proper. See? But you sit down there and you're born for excuse because you know, say, a haram you mass with and a lie you continue to tell and you forgot to mention the Habashi. And you don't really forget, you know. You're part of the whole white supremacist something. You don't promote, you don't explain, nothing to do with black man, African man. You keep it like something wrong. Huh? And then when something come near, you put up Malcolm. Yeah? You put up Malcolm. And then when something get nearer, you put up one that will shake them, that they both central mass. Huh? And that's supposed to make we feel, say, that, you know, you acknowledge us. A lie. A lie. All you are the same. There's nothing that nobody else will do in this earth that could come show me, say, that you have any respect for African people. African people are the most disrespected people on this earth. When I disrespect African people, when I grin and skin teeth with we, when you want something from we. Other than that, you have no time for we. You don't have no time for we. You're a despicable set of people. It's not just Caucasian, you know. I tell you, no. Terrible. But you know what? We will come. We will stand predominant. We will come. Factual. You understand? Yeah, man. We don't have to rise up now like the phoenix. You understand? Because we are teaching our children them, you know, to be mentally independent. Guidance.
Black tears.
And all them Muslim boy them out there, them can't write nothing. Them just write what the Asian boy tell them to do. You understand? Them are people them that them want money from. And them do according to those people I deal with. Listen this and tell me say if you can write something close to this. You're a joke, man. You're still dreaming. Listen.
Black tears. Black tears.
Ghettoology.
We no need no more. For years, up and years, we've
black tears.
Liberation.
And now we're standing in quicksand.
Listen.
Now tell me who is to blame?
Teach.
It lies with us and no one else.
Yeah, listen.
We shedding every day. Black people wasting away. Black tears drowning our minds. Black people walking blind. That's the wool of our eyes. Our future don't look bright, but we have the...
Them lyric there, and that sound that's supposed to be a number one. That sound is supposed to go in our documentary. You understand? Big interview given to the Queen. You understand? And ask her everything about this song here. Everything about that song. Every word, explain that word them to it. You understand? I saw when I go on and let pastor come tell me the foolishness. Serious thing.
Lord.
Listen.
Yeah. Yes. Them Satan, but them want me fall for my nose. Oppose them, oppose.
Ungrateful
Hypocrite
picnic.
according to your work, you get paid. Rather worse, you ungrateful. Ungrateful. You get more than enough and still no pay. But still you're ungrateful. Ungrateful. Me hear them acting up from other day. If they gon' talk, man, now when me gon' say, I to them ungrateful. Nah, push a thing, but they difficult pull. Yes, you take them up and brush them off and even save them from death. In a them difficult times, you remove all the stress. Help them up from out of poverty, well up to them neck. Can give them every little thing until nothing left. Yes, take it for granted when you're doing your best. Them a go hard so stressed, they not dropping no catch. And them quick to ridicule you in a them lip service. And now watch every move they I make. But if them disrespect, we gon' step. Oh my Lord, they gonna get a wake up check. So take this as a warning, cause no centric. And no violation we no take. Hypocrite according to your work, you get paid. Rather worse, you ungrateful. Ungrateful. You get more than enough and still no pay. But still you're ungrateful. Ungrateful. Me hear them acting up from other day. If they gon' talk, man, now when me gon' say, I to them ungrateful. Nah, push a thing, but they difficult pull. Me no hear no loose talk, chit chat, me no take. Me no answer them call, and me no send no text. See brethren and no brethren again, they want a mess, so that's why me walk far from.
Yo, and the LSD that I talk, you know. You understand? And the skunk that I talk, you know, are influence in mine, you know. You understand? And the crack make him talk, so, you know. You understand? So people have to check themselves, because them are wreck themselves, and still them a look Caucasian man them money. You understand? Them get themselves validated in the wrong place. So when them start to remember it's when them slip, them fall. And then some of them come out and start say fire and expect that to ignite us to say, yo, we'll work with you. No, we not work with you. Because you was a hypocrite. And then you go on and do your nasty thing. And then you slide down and you hit your head. See? And you feel sorry for yourself. And then you want to say that you remember we. How the hell you never remember we in the first place? So that means say you did forget we. You understand? You did forgot us. And then come say about you remember we. You could never be remembering. That means say you did forgot us. You understand? And we wasn't the people them that caused you to forget we, you know. You know, see? So you have to look and see where you've been and go back and burn the fire with the same people that you much prefer. Simple.
Message from Anthony Bay. Everyone got problems.
Teach, Mr. Best. Teach them, man.
Message from Anthony Bay. Everyone got problems.
We gotta help you solve some
problems. Searching for a solution. So me calling every woman, every man. Let's come together now and take a stand. That's the only way we can create a better plan. 'Cause every day
See? That's the only way. But first of all, people have to understand that we need truth. We need truth. We don't need people that is pretensive. We don't need that. Pretensive people. People are going somewhere and make people believe, say, them overstand something. And a lie, them I tell them, don't overstand nothing. Them nasty, them filthy. You understand? And them a look something, even if it's £2. Filthy and nasty people, them. We don't want them. We don't want to know nothing about them. You understand? Too much of them geezer about the place. Filthy. Filthy. Gone, we gone. You better know what is being said here. Guidance. God willing, be there with my father. Earth strong, Thursday.
Give the little man a great big hand. Give the little man a great big hand. He don't sit behind a great big office desk in black shoes, three-piece suit, white shirt, tie, and all the rest. Give the little man a great big hand, because the job that he's doing, we benefit from it too. Whether sweeping streets, mopping floors, or whatever work we do, give the little man a great big hand. Give the little man a great big hand. He don't sit behind a great big office desk in black shoes, three-piece suit, white shirt, tie, and all the rest. Give the little man a great big hand, because the job that you're doing, we benefit from it too. Don't you let that office desk and the rest make you feel that you're any less. Give the little man a great big hand. Give the little man a great big hand.
Yes, me just look up on my screen. I'm going to see one disgruntled person here. Yo, go asleep, man. You understand? I know what you want me for doing, but I'm not going to do it for you because, so you control Africa, you're the government. Go to Nigeria and control them, no, man. You're the most high. Go down there and do something. That they want. They want you to come help them. You understand? And this is to you, because you're an idiot. I stay in my corner.
Stay in my corner. Gee.
mighty Dennis Brown, and the mighty Roots Radic.
It is better to give than to receive. Yes, we won't be falling short like Adam and Eve. No, Jah is on my side.
Should be my guide.
He's my only guide. Through wintry nights and stormy days. Oh, what a plight, stay in my corner. If you really wanna live forever, yeah, stay in my corner. If you wanna live forever, oh Lord, remember when you dig that pit yesterday. Oh, now, might as well you did too. Hey, for time is the master. Why envy your brother? When they came upon me to eat all my flesh, didn't they fall? Stay in my corner.
You say, oh, me smart? You're a joke, man. You think me's a general? Stop it, man.
Seek your first in anything you ask for, will be given unto you. Good you do it for you. Youth men, honor your mother and father, that your days may be long on the land you live on. Pave the way for the children. Teach the children the truth, it will make them strong. Don't forget your culture. Keep the culture alive, got to strive to.
See? What you want to try to teach me, right? Go.
It is gonna turn one day. Wickedness will burn one day soon.
Just get your flat farm and do your own thing, man. And leave mine alone. You know what I mean? Serious. Guidance. You don't see the people them have to take away something that you put up there. That means you put up something there that was cantankerous enough for them to take it away. You understand? Okay. So that means you're ignorant, man. Stop smoke them foolish herb. And get your own station and do your own thing. You know, you have enough intelligence to do that, man. Sign up with YouTube and do your thing. You understand? You can go upon Facebook and all them different things there now. Do your own thing, man. Allow me. (1974) Mighty Burning Spear, Winston Rodney and the boys them. Yeah.
He's a lucky thing I never get. Swear lady.
African liberation.
He's a lucky thing I never get. Swear lady. And started to run. I will never run away. And started to run. I will never run away. Do you hear?
Next weekend, we did a Stoke. Next weekend, next Saturday, a Stoke. Basketball exhibition for cancer. See it? You see Mr. Best students them performing in front of people them who come to put some money, even in this pandemic, for help cancer. Saying, oh. Yes, my students, Stoke-on-Trent, next Saturday.
He's a lucky thing I never get. Swear lady.
Not I would have to run and run and run.
He's a lucky thing I never get. Swear lady. And started to run. I will never run away. And started to run. I will never run away. Do you hear? Never run away. Never run away.
So people, me gone, you know, because I don't want this youth here to come distress me, because he's a man that get hot easy.
Allah, Allah, Allah.
understand. Faith without works is dead. You know what that means? You can't expect what you believe in for without doing your part. You gotta work that thing, honey.
I can't take it, I can't stand it no longer. The pressure is getting stronger and stronger. Oh, Jah, I'm a victim of society. True coming from the poor man family. I'm a victim of society. Certain people of it all and pull me. Separation, tribulation, all I see. Yeah, but all the fight, them I fight. You know, Jah vibes still in me. Who they, watch they. Say some of them try to decipher. But Jah know, set them up a long time to wait. If they think they would see, I and I turn to folly. I wouldn't do that.
Saying I wouldn't do that. May I tell you, man, it not happen. You know. Me not got change for folly. Can't happen.
You got to ask God for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You got to do your research for what you believe in for. You got to invest your time, your energy, all that, so you can do what you supposed to do and excel in it. Y'all be thinking y'all waiting on God, and honey, God be waiting on you. What you waiting on? Do your part. God.
Yo, just leave me alone, man. I ain't no time for you. Seriously.